Hey, what is up mortals? It is Mr. Zombie here, and before we get into today's video, there's something I'd like to say. I'd like to let you all know that we have a merch store. Some of the items in it are only available for a limited amount of time, so if you're interested, go into the description and check it out. Each purchase helps us make more content. Secondly, if this video hits 1,000 likes by the end of the week, we will continue this what if. Thirdly, if you didn't know, only 41.3% of you guys are subscribed to us, so please hit that subscribe button and click the bell icon. Now with all that out of the way, let's get into the story. Before we get into this what if, there are a few things we need to clarify. Deku's appearance in this what if is unlike his canon self. He's around the same height as Bakugo, if not an inch or two taller. His skin is tan, his hair is styled in a spiked manner, and his eyes look more sly and angular, looking very fox-like. He also has elongated canine teeth and a muscular build similar to Bakugo's. He also possesses a set of well-developed abdominal muscles and usually has a slouch. He also has a small red fox birthmark on the right side of his abdomen, which is above his waist and on his left side, as well as a large scar was given to him by Bakugo that's on the left side of his jaw, and extending down to his neck. His personality is inquisitive and quick thinking like his canon self, but that's about where the similarities end. He's passionate and very laid back. He takes actions based on whatever catches his interest. He's also snarky, sly, charismatic, flirtatious, and has a very possessive side as well. He is also a total masochist. He has some aspects of greed as well as selfish desire. However, he will stay his hand if he is given a good reason to stop. Despite his sometimes selfish and greedy personality, he is also very caring. Deku also has a pre-given quirk to him called Fox Sin. This is a quirk that allows Izuku to rob physical objects, thus grabbing them, and also the physical abilities of others, weakening them while gaining more strength and speed. However, there is a limit as to how much strength Izuku can rob from a person, in order to not damage himself with overwhelming power. He also has minor regeneration abilities. Because of this, his muscles are constantly regenerating slowly over themselves, giving Deku a bit of extra strength. With all that clarified, let's begin the story. When Deku is born, he is born with a birthmark in the shape of a fox. Unlike usual birthmarks, the birthmark was red instead of brown. The doctor asks Inko, "Ma'am, may I test your son's blood to make sure this strange birthmark isn't something that could affect his health?" Inko replies, "Of course." The doctor gets a syringe and puts the needle into Deku's lower back where the birthmark is located. He extracts some blood, and as he's about to turn away, he notices the area the needle was inserted into start to close up, stopping the bleeding within seconds. The doctor turns back around, remembering the syringe of blood in his hands. He sat down in his chair and said to Inko, "Your child seems fine, but I saw a slight healing factor in your son. It could be an early sign of his quirk." Inko says, "Wow, that's great! Thank you, doctor." While Deku is 5, he walks by Bakugo and his lackeys bullying one of Deku's classmates. Deku is about to walk away as he overhears Bakugo saying, "How weak can you be? So useless!" This spikes Deku's attention, so he starts to walk over, as he's doing what he says. "Preying on the weak, Kachan? Sounds like a villain move to me." Deku smirks as he glares over to Bakugo. Bakugo grunts and yells at Deku, "Midoriya, you bastard! Rush him!" Deku stands still and waits for them to get close. When they get a few feet away from Deku, he uses his snatch ability to pull on Bakugo's clothes, forcing him into the lackey with the wings, plummeting him into the one with long fingers. Midoriya grins and says, "Don't pick on others! It isn't very nice, Kachan!" As he says this, he starts to walk away. For most of his life, Deku didn't have many friends because of his selfish personality and being the lone wolf type. Or lone fox in this case. Deku's grades weren't too impressive as he isn't the best strategist. Despite being selfish, he would always save anyone in need of help, including those being bullied by Bakugo. At his core, Deku is still a hero and strives to be one. He's also an underachiever, putting minimal effort into most things. Deku's walking to school when he finds a crowd in front of the bridge where a villain fight is happening. Kaminari Woods yelling, "My special move! Lacquer chain prison!" As he's about to capture the villain, Mount Lady comes in saying, "Canyon kick!" Midoriya snickers as he whispers, "I have an idea. Fox Hunt." When Mount Lady's kick lands, it doesn't do any damage, causing her to back up, letting Kaminari Woods capture the villain. When Deku gets to school, his teacher begins class by grabbing some papers on his desk. Now, as third year students, it's time for you to seriously think about your futures. Now, I could pass out some career aptitude tests, but I know you all want to be heroes. Throwing the papers into the air, the students hold their hands up and start using their quirks. The teacher tries to calm everyone down by saying, no quirk usage in school, everyone. Come on, you know the rules. Bakugo has his legs up on his desk as he says, "Hey teach, don't let me in with these losers." A random student angered by this says, "You think you're better than us, Katsuki?" Hearing the back and forth argument between the random student and Bakugo, the teacher looks down at his paper and says, "Oh yeah, you want to go to UA, right Bakugo?" As Bakugo was about to jump up onto his desk to make his speech, Deku hatches a cynical idea. He murmurs, "Fox Hunt," activating his quirk and stealing Bakugo's strength. When Bakugo jumps up, he trips on the edge of the desk, falling back into his chair. The students start laughing at Bakugo's slip-up. As the laughs come barreling towards him, he remembers the one student in his class who has a quirk capable of making him lose his muscle strength the way he did. "Deku, you annoying bastard!" Midoriya chuckles and says, "You know it's not nice to have your feet on the desk, much less jumping onto it." The whole class laughs at Bakugo as he readjusts himself. The teacher adds, "Oh yeah, Izuku, you want to get into UA too, right?" The students start talking. "I mean, Izuku's really strong, but the national school?" Midoriya says, "Well, I don't know the national school's entrance exam is supposed to be hard. I just want a challenge." Before we get back into the story, I would like to say that we got a second channel called Anime Deep Dive. Anime Deep Dive goes over the hard facts of the anime presented. Now, in case you guys didn't know, we have a third channel called We the Celestial Naruto What If. We the Celestial Naruto What If mainly focuses on our Naruto What If series, so if you're interested in content like this, please go check out the description below, or click the eye icon at the top right corner. Now with that out of the way, let's get back into the story. After class, Bakugo spots Deku walking alone in the hallways. Remembering the embarrassing slip it had caused him, he grabs the back of his school uniform, halting the fox boy. "If you embarrass me in class like that again, I'll make you regret it." Izuku shrugs, "You can try, but I doubt you could do anything to make me regret." Deku walks outside, completely unfazed by Bakugo's threat. The day ends and Izuku begins to walk home. However, he decided that day to take a shortcut home so he can rest faster. While he's walking through a tunnel, he hears a voice. "Hey, spiky hair kid, I'll be taking your body." Deku turns around to the sound of the voice, but he's too late to throw the first punch. The monster's sludge covers his body, suffocating him. Panicked, Deku thinks, "Oh man, I hope there's someone strong in the area. Fox Hunt!" Deku's muscles start expanding until they're about double the size they were before. Down to the sewer, All Might arrives on the scene, but falls to the floor as if half of his strength was removed. He thinks, "Where did my strength go? Is this an effect of my injury?" Above ground, Deku finally breaks free of the sludge monster. He says, "Damn! Someone really powerful must be nearby." Deku throws a punch towards the villain, blowing it away but not completely. So Deku throws another punch, defeating the villain. As this happens, All Might gets out of the sewer, getting his power back. Izuku turns around and says, "You must be where all that strength came from. Well, you can take care of him now." Then he starts walking away, leaving All Might to clean up the villain. When Deku gets home, he immediately lays down to sleep. Deku opens his eyes and finds himself in a weird red room behind a man that looks a lot like him. The man says, "So, you're my descendant who got my power. Damn, you look a lot like me." Deku replies, "Wait, who are you?" "The name's Ban, and who might you be?" "It's Izuku. Wait, what's going on?" "Well, Izuku, I'm pretty sure through all the generations, my power has been dormant in our bloodline. But it seems your mom's similar power activated my power snatch from your father's side, causing you to get my power. Your birthmark is a side effect, I think. It looks the same as my tattoo." His body starts fading, becoming blurry. "Oh shoot, Merlin's spell's running out. Well kid, I gotta go." Deku reaches out and says, "Wait, I have more questions. Who's Merlin?" Then he wakes up with his hand extended forward. He thinks, "Wait, was that all a dream? Could it be? It felt too real." Deku gets up and starts thinking again. What should I do? For the next 10 months, Deku kept that dream he had in the back of his head, contemplating questions he had but could only guess the answers. It even affected how he acted. He does almost nothing, doing minimal effort on assignments. He never messed with Bakugo and barely acted out at all. After the 10 months, the day of the UA entrance exams comes. Deku walks up to the front of UA and looks at the building with a blank stare. He starts walking forward, looking down. While he's looking down, he sees a rock and steps over it and murmurs, "I could have tripped over that." In the auditorium, President Mike says, "What's up, UA classmates? Thanks for tuning in to me, your school DJ. Come on, let me hear ya." The whole place was silent. Mike replies with, "Keeping it mellow, huh? That's fine. I'll just skip to the main point how this practical exam's gonna go." President Mike tries to cheer up the crowd again by saying, "Are you ready?" The crowd replies again with silence. He continues, "Like your application said, you rockin' boys and girls will be out here conducting 10-minute mock urban battles after this." President Mike then continues the presentation without interruption from Ida because Deku doesn't mutter. Deku stands in front of the gate of Battleground Beta. He's wearing a green leather jacket showing his chest and green leather pants. He does some stretches while he waits for the entrance exam to start. Then President Mike says, "Start! Come on, there's no countdowns in real battles, let's do this!" Deku uses Fox Hunt and gains a physical boost from some of the surrounding people. About 10 people fall to their knees at the start of the battle, unable to move. Deku starts running towards some bots. He yells, "Snatch!" He steals the 3-pointer's head of its body, destroying it. Then he turns around, punching a 2-pointer bot behind him. He keeps using Snatch and the boost he got from the Fox Hunt to destroy bots until he sees all the applicants running in the opposite direction that he was facing. He sees the 0-pointer bot and says, "Damn cowards! At least be useful with me! Fox Hunt!" He steals all the strength from the applicants running away, increasing his muscle size. He yells, "Snatch!" ripping the robot's arm off of it and pushing it into the ramp position. He runs up the arm and jumps up to the robot's face, punching it over and over and over again until it falls over. Thank you all for watching the video to the end. Now there are a few more things that I'd like to go over with you guys before the video ends. On behalf of We the Celestials, I'd like to thank the writer of this video and the editors for this video. Their details will be in the description. If you're a voice actor, editor, or writer, or you're interested in being one of those things, go to the Discord that's in the description of this video and hit up the head of one of those areas. We're always looking for new members to join us. That's it from us for today's video, so thank you all for watching, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you're interested, and hit that like button if you liked the video. Until next time, peace out mortals, have a fantastic day.